Alright, well here's another one of those X structures. This one's a little different. It used to be closer together, but this is the front door, I believe, to what I believe is Sasquatch sleeping area. This is a very well-worn path here. And what's interesting about this spot is I came in here one time from north direction. My cabin is probably about 100 yards from here, maybe a little more, in a straight line as the crow flies. And anyways, about 3 or 4 years ago, I came in here and I had this experience where I lost time. I lost an hour and 45 minutes. And I lost the memory of what happened in that time. And it slowly came back to me. And I have a video on this channel about that, so I won't go into great detail now because I no point in repeating myself a lot. But if you want to know what happened there, watch that one. That video is called Lost Time. The memory of what happened, some of the memory came back to me, but not all of it. And but I did have a face-to-face meeting with Sasquatch. I believe 2 young Sasquatch, a female and a male. Anyways, I have been very nervous about coming in here. But I came in here day before yesterday with a buddy and we found some interesting things. And I don't know, I thought he wanted to come and do this, but I think, well, he's doing other things. And anyway, so this was all swamp before the beavers dammed it off. The trapper thinned out a lot of the beavers. You can see there's an old beaver dam right there. So, you know, the water was definitely higher in here. And I think there's something about that Sasquatch like. What the actual mechanism or attraction is, can't say. But these are kind of like islands in the swamp. You know, during high water, these would be high and dry, but surrounded by water. But right now, they're surrounded by, well, as you can see, very, very thick bush. And I just saw a moose on the way in here. A 3x4 bull moose. And moose season's closed now. Closed on November 5th, that's right. Now, I kind of wish I would have found this. Came in here a little sooner because there is some massive piles of poop in here. You can see here, see these black spots? Well, that's actually poop. And there's more here. Look at this. These are like turds. Like, these are not from a moose or an elk. I believe that they are, I believe this is Sasquatch's outhouse. I think that's what's going on here. And I'm going to try something because I've been watching Steve Isdall's channel since 2019 approximately, maybe, yeah, or about that. And he read an experience by a nuclear physicist who goes by the name of Edgar, but that's not his real name, of course. But he claimed that on the nuclear facility where they had missiles, they had all kinds of visitations and experiences with Sasquatch. And they could walk through walls or jump over tall fences, or they pretty much, you know, they could go through steel blast doors. Check this out. Like that's an actual turd right there. No doubt about it. So what I got today, and I hope it's going to work. Let's just see. This is a Geiger counter. And okay, so that's not really registering higher than any other thing. So you'd think that if a creature, an animal, here's another turd, but I've never seen a bear shit in the same place so many times. So this is unusual, but this is a lot of poop here. And yeah, I can kind of smell something, but like, what animal shits in the same place? But the reading here is not significant. Like 16. I don't want to get shit on my Geiger counter, but let's just see if that's higher than anything else. I mean, it's been there for a while. I suspect this is, yeah, we're down to 03, so that is higher. That is like 10 points higher than, you know, the surrounding area. So that must mean something. Like a bear wouldn't have radioactive shit. I don't think so. Here's an older pile. But there's a significant pile. Yeah, this one. There we go. It's, I mean, it's, damn it. Got so much stuff here. Like, I got a rifle because, you know, I'm worried that it could easily be a bear, right? But this, well, here we go. We're up to 20. 23. Interesting. Okay, so anyways, where my cabin is, I built a woodshed over the summer. And I came in here, I don't know, probably 8-10 times over the summer working on my woodshed. And funny thing about that, every time I come in here, I would get the shits. Like, and it was sudden onset, emergency, take a shit now. And on 3 occasions, I actually shit my pants. And you know, like, I try to live and eat fairly healthy. And there's just like, and I could take, you know, between days of coming out here to my cabin, if I went anywhere else, I generally wouldn't have that problem. But out here it was consistent. And I started thinking, well, there's got to be something to this. So, and I know I had the experience before where Sasquatch caused me extreme fear, and I actually shit my pants. And it was because of the extreme fear. It was related to that. They call it infrasound. I don't know. Like, I'm no expert. You know, I'm just trying to find answers, just like everybody else. So let's see. Yeah, the Geiger counter. My son got it for me off of the internet. And what's interesting about that was it was only about $35 or something. But this is exactly what I got it for. And I've had the Geiger counter for several years, so I've been procrastinating, but on doing this. But anyway, I'm finally doing it now. So this is what I believe is a sleeping area. This is a western hemlock tree, and it's probably 2 feet straight through the butt, maybe a little better. Could be 30 inches right down low there. And I happen to believe, now I'm getting a 0 reading right now, but I happen to believe, what is wrong with this thing? Is it shutting itself off? Come on. There we go. Yeah, it was shutting itself off. So, okay, yeah, 10, 13, 6. So there does appear to be slightly higher radiation detected in these areas. There's another area over here that is, how would you say? If it isn't a sleeping area, I don't know what the hell is. But this area that I'm in right now is completely surrounded by at least half a dozen X structures and at least half a dozen tree breaks on a little further out. So, you know, there's just too darn many of them to pretend it's coincidence or naturally occurring. Now, I've told my buddy where I am, like if something happens, if I go missing, I mean, I could lose time again. The thing is, when you lose time, you have no fucking clue what goes on. You become completely disoriented. So I'm kind of hoping that shit, oh, here we go, 23. Now that's, yeah, son of a bitch, kids, stepping down to 15, 20 right here where I'm standing. And I'm thinking that it should be closer to the ground, but I don't know. Like, look at this nice log. That's a nice log to sit on for anyone. This doesn't seem to have the fecal matter build up like the other spot. Yeah, look at this, 23. Oh, it just jumped up 20, 16. So there's definitely a higher reading here. And, but this looks to me like a very, very possible sleeping area. I believe Sasquatch hang out here in the day. Here, look at that. I think those are made by marten. I'm not sure. I think that's a marten nest. It could be a squirrel nest, but I don't know. Anyway, see, here's another one over here. But Sasquatch are just as likely to be up the tree. And, I mean, they could be right here, right now. They know how to cloak, obviously. Well, that might be not be obvious to some people, but I know, in fact, that that's what they do. Now, here we have some, that looks like, I don't know, that's the same kind of poop there. Let's just check it here. Come on. 10, 6, 10. Like I say, I really don't want to get shit on my Geiger counter. But the shitting in one place I find very intriguing because to my, okay, it's 20, it jumped up to 20. This thing's actually got an alarm if it gets up, you know, to what is considered dangerous levels. But to my knowledge, wild animals do not shit in the same place. Pigs will. And, you know, I mean, grizzlies are very intelligent. It is conceivable that a grizzly might do that. I don't know. Like, is there any wildlife experts, biologists out there who can clear that up? Here's some, well, I'd say about a week old or 2 weeks old calf moose shit. But under these big old western hemlock is actually a very nice place. If you happen to be stuck in the woods and you found a western hemlock tree, you know, if you crawled under it, I think you'd stay dry in probably the most severe weather. So it's, you know, it's very, very, how would you say, private, secluded in here, you know? And honestly, I feel like I'm being watched now, and I probably am. We could be up in the tree. I mean, there's something. Look at that huge thing up there in the tree. I don't know if the GoPro will get that, but you know, that could be our. Just looks like I don't know. It looks like a marten nest, but who knows what it is like. Anyways, yeah, I definitely feel like I'm being watched. And, you know, it makes sense that an intelligent animal would not shit where it sleeps, right? You know, but there is, like I say, that's a decent sized pile there. Whatever made that size of shit has a large diameter sphincter and has a certain physical mass to be able to produce a dump like that. I know this from years of hunting black bear in the spring. For some reason in the spring, black bears take a dump on the bush road, and you can simply just drive along a bush road and find out how big the bears are from the mass and of the dump, and also the diameter. Tells you a lot how big that bear is. I mean, it could be a little black bear with a great big asshole. I don't know. You know, that there's lots of strange things, that anomalies in biology, but generally speaking, you know, big pile of shit, large diameter, large animal. Okay, well, I'm going to get the hell out of here now, because I've probably disrupted things enough for one day. And, oh, I wanted to tell you one last thing on the way out, is that I started to tell the story about how I got a bad case of the shits every time I come in here. I started to think that maybe it wasn't a coincidence. I don't think it was. Because I generally don't shit my pants for no reason. I generally don't get the 2-second warning, you know, for no reason. So, it just happened too many times to be coincidence. So I started thinking about it, and I thought, you know what? I mean, I've had quite a bit of contact with these beings, Sabe, Sasquatch, whatever the hell you want to call them, over the years. I've had a lot of contact, a lot of experiences. I've had mind speak in this area at least half a dozen times. So I thought, well, what I've noticed is that I'm more and more, how would you say, intuitive than I ever was before. And I've always had really good intuition, but it's just kind of been honed, I guess, you know. And I think it has something to do with, well, once you have experience with these things, your awareness is on peak. You know, like you never stop considering that they are probably in the area. When you feel like you're being watched, you know you probably really, really are. Anyway, so my thought is, my theory is that